Hi, I'm Brad Gendix from Ronzio Guitar Center in Avon Lake, working with the Avon Lake Public Library to present to you our beginning guitar lessons online. Today's segment, part 2, covers playing notes on a guitar and a few simple riffs and licks. So first off, how do you sit with a guitar? Well, there are several ways you can sit with a guitar. Generally speaking, it'll be on your right leg, just like mine is. Okay. Some people like to cross their leg, gets it more in playing position. And some people can do the classical style, which is this. Whatever's most comfortable to you is fine. You'll see most people playing it with on their right leg or crossing their leg, which is usually what I do. It puts up in a better playing position. It's just a lot easier to play for me personally. But if you want to do this is more for classical style. But some people can just feel, see the neck better and it just feels more comfortable, which is totally fine. Holding a pick. A lot of people want to start playing the guitar without a pick. That's perfectly fine. That's more of a finger style guitar. It's not real loud when you strum it with your thumb either, okay? We don't hear the guitar real well, and there's not much definition. There's nothing wrong with it, but you can do it. But I really tell everyone you really want to play with a pick. It takes a little getting used to. That's kind of normal because you're just starting to play guitar as it is. And we hold the pick with our thumb and our index finger, just like this, okay? And the point's kind of facing right into the sound hole of the guitar, just like that. And I strum straight down towards the floor. To start off, we teach everybody just to pick down towards the floor. There is up and down picking, like that, with down, up, or strumming up and down when you see me strumming. But for now, we're just going to start playing with just a simple downstroke towards the floor, okay? And how do you play a note on the guitar? Well, obviously an open string is easy. We just pluck the string, and it sounds like a song. To push a note down, we can take any of our fingers, our first 4 fingers. Generally, we don't use a thumb. Index is 1, middle's 2, ring's 3, and pinky's number 4. So when you see those numbers written underneath the fingering, that's what it is. Index is 1, middle's 2, your ring finger's number 3, and your pinky's number 4. So I'll just push down a simple string. Anyone, the lowest big thick string, sometimes hard to reach for people. So sometimes I'll tell them, let's just try pushing down the skinny string, the one closest to the floor, okay? Any fret you want to push down is fine. Just push straight down right in the middle of the 2 bars, okay? So in between these 2 bars, I see the dot like we talked about before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the fret numbers. I'm on the 3rd fret, and I push down my finger to produce a tone. Now you got to push kind of hard. Sometimes people are like, oh, I didn't realize it was that hard to push down a string on a guitar. You might have to push a little harder than you think or a little easier than you think, just depending on the action. If the guitar is really, really hard to push the strings down, the action or the strings are too high on the fretboard, okay? You'll need to take it into a qualified tech and have it adjusted. All the guitars here at the library should be ready to go. They've been checked over and they should be fine and ready to play. So when I push that down, I want to hear a nice clean tone. Did you hear that pitch right there? If I'm hearing this thud sound, I'm not pushing down hard enough, or sometimes if you have a long sleeve shirt on, that's why I always wear short sleeve shirts when I play guitar. The sleeve's caught in the strings, or I'm pushing down in these metal bars. You can't push down on the actual metal bar of the fret. You have to push down in the space. Also, I've seen books that show you close to the top end of that fret right there. The pitch isn't going to change anywhere in that 3rd fret, okay? And that's what we're doing to get a clean tone. And you have to obviously pluck the same string you're pushing down. So I see a lot of people when they're starting off, they'll push down this string, but they're plucking this one and they're just missing the string. It takes a little time to get used to that. It really does. If guitar was that easy, everyone would play and I wouldn't have a job. So it does take some practice to do this, okay? Once we feel comfortable with a clean tone like that, we can start playing some music. First off on the screen, you'll see what we call tablature, or tabs for short. To get you started quick and easy, we're not going to learn to read music right away. It's a good idea to read music, but it takes a little longer to actually play the guitar because you have to learn where the notes are at and find the staff and everything. Tablature is a much quicker way to do it. We call them tabs or tablature, both the same term. They're all over the internet. You can find any song you want to written in tab or tablature. What it is are the 6 strings of the guitar represented on the paper, as you can see right to my side, and the numbers correspond to the frets. So every line represents a string, and every number represents a fret. As you see on the graph next to me, we have the thinnest string and the thickest string is represented. The thinnest string is the one closest to the floor, which is right here. The thickest string represents the big thick one closest to my face, okay? So the guitar is technically flipped around this way when you're looking at the tablature. It's not a mirror image. It seems backwards at first, but you can get used to it. It just takes some time. The lines represent the strings, as we said, and the numbers represent the fret. As you'll see, there's a number 1 written, okay, which means which fret are we playing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as we talked about earlier with the dots. Each fret, the first fret, and you'll see it's 1 string or 1 line below the floor. So I'm on the floor, 1 string past that. I come right here, push down the first fret, and pluck this note. And that's exactly what the tablature is showing me. It plays the first fret on the second string, which is right there. And that's how you read tablature. There's nothing more to it, nothing less. Tablature's that easy. And you can start playing the guitar right away. The first song we're going to learn is We Will Rock You by Queen. The first few songs we're going to learn are all on 1 string. So you can play them on any string you want to, whichever one's easiest to play it on. And it doesn't matter if your guitar's in tune or not. It'll sound good no matter where you play it. As you take a look at the graph, you'll see we have We Will Rock You. It says 5, 4, 2, open, 2, 2. So the first note is a 5. Remember we talked about that before. The numbers are the frets and the lines are the strings. All on the top skinny string, as you can see. I'm going to go up to the 5th fret where it says 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's that dot. As we talked about in the first segment, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are odd numbers, or the dots. 2, 4, 6, 8 do not have dots. Quick way to find yourself. So I know that I have to go to the second dot on the guitar. I push that down and pluck a 5. The next note is a 4. I push that down, same string, and pluck that towards the floor. Then I go to a 2, and then a 0. We didn't cover what a 0 means, but it's just an open string. Anytime you see a 0, it means just to pluck that string by itself, which is just this. And I finish with 2 2s. There's We Will Rock You. For now, we don't really care what fingers you're actually using. It doesn't matter that much. You can use 1 finger and just do this. The whole goal right now when you're learning to play guitar is to push the strings down right, understand how to read tablature, get some rhythm going, and get yourself playing. What's nice about this little riff is we can play it on any string and it still sounds good. I can play on the big thick one too. As you get more comfortable with that, we're going to try using different fingers. As you saw me when I first started the riff, I was using my pinky to start off, then my 3rd finger, ring finger to play the next note, and my 1st finger took care of the last one. So every finger got a fret. That's called position playing. That's the proper way to do it, but when you're just getting started off, just play however you want to. At least you're playing the guitar. And there's We Will Rock You. The next riff we're going to learn is called a blues lick, or a blues riff. The word lick and riff is just a slang term in guitar for a little segment of music. It doesn't really mean much. It's blues riff or lick. It's all the same thing. And this will be this. I've been showing that little guitar riff for, 20, 30 years to students, and it's a great little way to start. And all we're really doing is playing the bottom thick string now. As you'll see, your tablature looks like it's flipped over. It's in a lower string, so it's a big thick string closest to my face. This time that's written down. And I'm plucking the open string like it says. And I'm pushing down that 5 again, just like we did on We Will Rock You. I'm using my 3rd finger, as you can see. Use whatever finger you want. Let's get playing. Then I go to the 3rd fret, my 1st finger, and then I go to the open. And then I pluck 4 opens. The nice thing about this is you can play it as fast or as slow as you want. Or nice and slow. And it all sounds good. It's really easy to play. And I can play this on every string I want. It works on all 6 strings. And I encourage everyone to practice it that way too. That way you get used to pushing down different strings. You get used to where your fingers feel on the fretboard, because as you move down towards the floor or towards your face, your fingers are in different positions, and so is your hand when you're playing guitar. So this is a great way to practice and learn how to play the guitar. Just getting the strings to push down right. The neat thing about this riff too is I can flip it around and play 3-5 open, okay? Playing the 3rd fret to the 5th fret instead of 5 to 3 and mix them up. It already sounds like you're playing guitar and you're really only pushing down 2 notes. So that's what's really nice about this blues riff. Our next riff is a very popular guitar song called Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. And this is all on 1 string too, which makes it great. I'm going to use the middle string, or the G string. It's really that simple. Open 3-5, open 3-6-5, open 3-5, 3, open. Okay? This again can play on any string you want to. If you want to be in tune with the record or the real recording, you'll need to play it right there, but you can play it down here. Or even the bottom string. Sometimes when we're teaching people to play the guitar, we kind of make the songs a little bit easier than they are. They're actually playing 2 notes right here. And it's actually played way up on the top here, about the 8th fret. Sometimes guitars are a little out of tune, especially some of the cheaper ones. So we're just teaching you a real basic way. The notes are still the same and the notes are still right. If you put the recording on, you can still play along with Deep Purple and Smoke on the Water. If you just did this, they'll sound just like them, but they're actually playing 2 notes. If you're getting really good at this is the next part I show my students. We lay our finger flat across both strings, okay? And I'm doubling up on the 3s and the 5s and the 6s. It's all the same frets, but I'm pushing down both middle strings together and strumming both strings together to get that sound. As you can hear that. You can use different fingers if you want. Some people like to use the first finger and just push it down that way. Whatever works best for you is the best way to do it. Just get you playing the guitar, that's the key. That'll end our 2nd segment of playing the guitar. In our 3rd segment, we're going to get a little bit more tricky with some different strings and jumping around a little bit on the guitar. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.